Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash, Devil honor themselves, and prosper and mills, sowing tones, truth, and real will. Peace, blessing, and salutation to Akim out there. Scared balls and fur corners of the earth. That's serving the truth and true sincerity. To you, I say Shalom. This is Brother Nabala. Come to another video in the spirit. And, so I can real quick. Alright. Yeah, the top of this video is going to be about E is not innocent. And this is something that I was just meditating about when me and the brother, we did a sit down earlier this week, you know, and there's something that just came across my mind, how E is not innocent, man. You know, E is the reason for everything, you know. He's the reason why the world is in the state it's in, but he's the ultimate reason why Jake are in the state that they're in today. Yeah, we understand that these are curses that we have to fulfill, you know, according to the scriptures from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But still, E, you know, took it to overdrive. You know, E made sure that he did the best he could in trying to fulfill his goal, which is what? Destroying Jake, you know? And and look what he's done. Look at Jake's household. You know, he's taken the man out of the household. He's created this school to prison pipelines. You know, he has really polluted Jake's mind, you know, and you see the result of that. You know, he put drugs in the community of Jake. You know, he put weapons in their community, and look at the result of that. You know, you got Jake out here that's killing each other. You got Jake out here that's all doped up, drugged up. You got Jake out here that loves smoking weed, that ain't got addicted to that seem like they can't let it go. You know, cigarettes, you know, with the not the medical, but yeah, I basically say the medical department. He's putting the mind that you have to go to him, you know, to see doctors, and that you have to, as a child, you got to constantly get this jab and that jab, all these different things put inside your body, you know, to ultimately to destroy you, man. You know, but when it comes to the state that our people are in today, Esau is the reason for it. You know, especially when it comes to, you know, his media. You know, he set up all these people that we see. You know, these influencers, these YouTubers, these rappers, these artists, these actors. They all are set up by E, man. And he knows that if you look at the scriptures and the history, Jake is always heavy into idol worship, man, into idolatry. So he knows if he sets these idols up in front of Jake, that what is Jake going to do? They're going to cleave unto it. And that's what Jake has done. Jake has cleaved onto it, you know, and make that the center of whatever it is they want to believe in, or whatever it is they want to follow, you know. So yeah, E is not innocent, you know. And you got, you know, Jake that be trying to plead Esau's case, man. And then you got E himself, you know, be trying to plead his own case, but there's no case you can plead, you know, in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You're not innocent. You're going to have to pay for the things that you've done. So this is Zechariah 1:15. It says, "And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction." Yeah, they helped forward the affliction, man. They helped keep us down. Yeah, we understand we was prophesied to go into slavery, but when we did go into slavery, look what you done to us, man. Look how you was treating us when we was in slavery. And then once we got out of slavery, look what you continue to do to us, man. You constantly keep us in an oppressive state, man. You make it hard for Jake to thrive in anything. And in this time in history where Jake has thrived, had tried to create something, was doing good without you, you came through and what? And took it away, destroyed it, you know? You made it to where we have to solely rely on you, and always make it a hassle for Jake to just survive, man. You know, if Jake has to go to you for everything, you know. If Jake want to get a loan, they go to you get a loan. Then you deny him from giving the loan. Why? Because you say their credit's not good. But then when Jake try to build their credit up, you make it hard for him to do that. Anything that Jake is trying to do, you make it hard for him to do. Because what? That's your role that you're supposed to play. We understand that. That's in the truth. We understand the role that you're supposed to play. But still, you're not innocent. Just because the Lord set you up in this role doesn't mean you're going to get off scot-free. You can't try to say, hey, well, Lord, you had me do this. No. You still took it to a whole nother level, man. So you have to pay for that. Let me come over here to Jeremiah 50 and 33. It says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast, and they refused to let them go. Y'all, you refused to let us go, man. You know, you even with the Northern Kingdom, you came over here, you stole their land, you kicked them out, and then you put up this whole image saying that it's supposed to be the land of the free. I'm gonna break. Come over here to receive a better chance of living, and then when they come over here to try to do that, what do? You right now you're kicking them back out, but when they was here, look what you were doing. You know, you make it hard for them to become a citizen. They try to go about getting their green card and all this stuff. Make it hard for them to do that, but what? You still want them to work these hard, rigorous jobs, man. You know, you don't want Jake to go thrive anywhere, man. You want to keep us under your subjection. But we're in the times now where the Lord is turning the tables, man. He's taking your yoke off of us, you know. And he's doing that to the men that's in this truth, man. You know, to Jake in this world, man, they through because they can't see it. You got some Jake that are, you know, starting to uproar and complain, but they're not doing it the way the Lord wants us to. You know, we go out here, do these videos, go out there on the highways and byways. You know, that's what we're supposed to be doing against this man. Prophesy his downfall. You know, not just complaining or being carnal with this man. That's not going to get us nowhere. What's going to get us out of this situation is Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. So how do we do that? By continue to prophesy his downfall. You know, to build a case against this man. You know, by constantly exposing him. That's how we do it, man. Pointing out all the things he's done and things he's continued to do. Because what he's doing right now to the Northern Kingdom, that's not right, man. You're destroying people's families, man. You're sending, and then, like the brother said, a lot of these people that are getting grabbed up by ICE, some of them are not making it back to their destination. Just getting rid of them, man. And that's how Esau has always been, man. That murderer. I'm gonna grab this. This is Zechariah 11:5. It says, who possess or slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Yeah. They slay us and hold themselves not guilty. They're trying to justify what they're doing to NK, saying, well, I remember watching this video of this NK. I guess they was on a flight or a bus. I can't remember which one it was, but they're getting ready, to send them away. And the NK asked him, do you think this is right? He said, do you think it's right, for people to come and live illegally in your country or whatever? And NK said, you got people that do that in Mexico all the time. He said, you got so-called white people that do that in Mexico, man. So man, Esau's a big hypocrite. He's a big hypocrite. When it's something that is out of his control, or he can't get away with, then it's a problem. But he's trying to justify himself in what he's doing to NK, man. He's not holding himself guilty. Like, hey, man, look, this is the reason why. And it's not no justified reason of what he's doing, man. He's doing it because what? Because he's evil, man. Because he's the wicked that the scriptures talk about. That's his reason. So I'm gonna grab this. This is Sirach 41:5. It says the children of sinners are abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly. The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. The children will complain of an ungodly father, because they shall be reproached for their sake. Yeah, you got some youngies that be trying to, say that wasn't us, or that was, before our time, or anything like that. But that don't matter, man. Because even regardless of y'all want to say that wasn't y'all, or we're in different times, look what y'all have received from that, from your forefathers doing what they did to Jake. Y'all have received inheritance, man. Y'all not cursed. Y'all not going through nothing. Y'all not suffering. Y'all still able to live in peace. Some of y'all come and have wealthy families, man. Living off wealth that was gained from Jake being in captivity, from oppressing Jake. So yeah, you can say that all you want. You're still going to be held accountable too, because we understand reincarnation. So some of you people that complain about the things that was being done, well, you were actually doing those same things back then. That's how it works, man. So ain't none of y'all Edomites getting off scot-free. The Lord's gonna require that blood, man. Because y'all shed blood in the land, only blood can cleanse it. That's what it says in scriptures. I believe that's in Numbers 30 something. I can't remember right now. But yeah. Because you shed blood, the Lord's gonna require your blood, man. And that's gonna be your recompense. That's the only way you can pay the Lord back, by the shedding of your blood. So I'm gonna grab this last scripture and I'm gonna close out. This is Numbers 14 and 18. It says, the Lord is long suffering and great of mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the generation to the third and fourth generation. Yeah, because every third and fourth generation, that's when you brought back, man. So the Lord is never it says by no means clearing the guilty. You're not getting off, man, because he does that. He's do that to his own people. If you've done something wicked in your past life, the Lord will judge you for it in your next one. It don't have to be right away. It says the third or fourth generation when you come back. That's why you see people that come back with deficiencies and stuff like that. That's the Lord judging them. So the judgment that Esau's gonna get, what? It's gonna be that hot judgment, man. That comes from that thermal and nuclear destruction, man, as well as the laser beam from the chariots when Yahushua returns. Because Yahushua is going to get his hands on a lot of you, man. A lot of you have to pay for what you did to him. Yahushua hasn't forgot about that. So yeah, that's what we're waiting on. So moral of the story is, you through, man. There's nothing you can do, to try to plead the case, to try to justify yourself. There's nothing you can do or say, that's going to clear yourself of the charges that are coming up against you. Because this is court, man. The Lord is a judge. And he's the executioner. So that's pretty much it. Lord, in these videos that I find, I'm close up by giving our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash.